Hey, welcome. I'm Coach Soto, your Folsom, Placer, and El Dorado County relocation realtor. If you're watching this, you are either already thinking about moving to Folsom or someone you trust told you to look into it. Either way, I'm glad you're here because I'm about to save you months of research. This video is a complete Folsom relocation guide. We're going to cover neighborhoods, schools, what life actually costs here, what the commute looks like, the honest version, not the brochure version, and the financial math that changes how most Bay Area buyers think about this move entirely. By the end of this video, you are going to know whether Folsom is the right move for your family. Let's get into it. By the way, if you are considering buying, selling, investing, or relocating to Folsom, multiple people just like you contact me every week to help them with their next move. I'd love to have a conversation with you to see how I can help you make the right decisions, avoid any mistakes, and be properly guided through this entire process. If you'd like to talk, click the link in the description or give me a call. First, real quick, let me make sure this video is actually for you. If you're relocating from the Bay Area and you want to know if Folsom lives up to its reputation, this is for you. If you have built up equity in your current home and want to understand exactly what it buys you here, this is for you. If schools are non-negotiable for your family, this is definitely for you, because Folsom schools are one of the strongest arguments I make to every single relocation client I work with. And if you work remotely or hybrid and you want to live somewhere that you actually love waking up in, this is for you. If that's you, stay with me. This next 12 minutes is going to be worth more than 6 months of online research. I promise you that. It's not news that California is the #1 outbound state in the country 2 years running. People are leaving in large numbers, and the data shows exactly why. High taxes, high housing costs, safety concerns in major metro areas, a quality of life that stopped matching what people were paying for. But here is what the same data shows, and this is the part people miss. Folsom is one of a handful of California cities that is bucking that trend entirely. Folsom shows up on migration research as one of the top inbound cities in the state. While the rest of California is losing residents, Folsom is gaining them. Families are specifically researching Folsom, visiting Folsom, and choosing Folsom. A recent move report from Move Buddha called out Folsom specifically as a Sacramento-area bright spot, citing new construction, school quality, relative affordability compared to the Bay Area, and commute access. This is not hype. This is where the data is pointing. And the families getting here now are still ahead of the curve. For anyone who needs a quick geography orientation, Folsom sits 26 miles east of Sacramento on Highway 50, right at the base of the Sierra Nevada foothills. Population around 82,000. It's big enough to have everything you need, and small enough that you actually know your neighbors. In terms of drive times, you are 30 to 40 minutes from downtown Sacramento, about 35 minutes from Sacramento International Airport, an hour and a half from Lake Tahoe, and right around 2 hours from San Francisco, depending on traffic and which way you go. But here's what I want you to understand about Folsom's geography. It's not just the location on the map that matters. It's what surrounds you. Folsom Lake is 10 minutes away. The American River Parkway with 32 miles of trail runs right through the city. Old Town Folsom is 10 minutes from most neighborhoods. Apple Hill and the Foothills Wine Country are 30 minutes east. Folsom is not just well located, it is well situated for how people actually want to live. All right, let's talk money, because this is where most Bay Area buyers stop me and say, wait, say that again. The median home price in San Jose right now is roughly $1.4 million. In Folsom, the median is approximately $780,000. That is a $620,000 difference. But it's not just the purchase price that changes. Your monthly mortgage payment drops from roughly $8,200 a month to roughly $4,560 a month, saving you around $3,600 every single month. Your property tax bill drops by nearly $9,000 a year. And in return, you get a bigger house, more square footage, a larger lot, better school ratings, lower crime, and a shorter commute to Sacramento. Now, let me give you the scenario that I see play out for real clients all the time. You sell your $1.4 million Bay Area home. You buy a beautiful home in a top Folsom school zone for $800,000. After your down payment and closing costs, you walk away with $400,000 to $500,000 in equity in your pocket, and you cut your monthly housing payment by $3,600. That is $43,000 per year back in your family's budget, every single year. I ask every client I work with the same question. What would you do with an extra $43,000 a year? That is not a hypothetical. That is the math. Let me give you a real monthly budget for a family of 4 in Folsom. No spin. Housing at $800,000 with 20% down and a 7% rate. You are looking at about $5,200 a month all in for mortgage, taxes, insurance, and any HOA. Utilities run around $350 to $450 a month. PG&E, gas, water, and internet with fiber available citywide. Groceries and dining for a family of 4. Budget about $1,400 to $1,700 a month. 2 cars, insurance, and gas. Roughly $1,300 to $2,000 a month, depending on your vehicles. Family and personal, healthcare supplement, kids' activities, subscriptions, about $900 to $1,500. Total honest monthly budget for a family of 4 in Folsom, roughly $9,000 to $11,000 a month. The equivalent lifestyle in San Jose or Palo Alto, $17,000 to $23,000 per month. You are not just relocating, you are reclaiming up to $8,000 to $12,000 a month in financial freedom. I want you to let that sit for a second. Now let's talk about where you're actually going to live. Folsom is not one neighborhood. It is a collection of distinct communities, each with its own character, price point, and school zone. Let me walk you through the main ones quickly. Historic Old Town Folsom is for buyers who want walkability and real community energy. Brick streets, wine bars, restaurants, trail access, price range roughly $600,000 to $1.2 million. It feels nothing like a typical suburb, and that's exactly the point. Empire Ranch and Willow Creek are established premium neighborhoods. Larger lots, tree-lined streets, the Empire Ranch Golf Club community, top school zones. This is what most Bay Area buyers picture when they imagine Folsom. Russell Ranch and Broadstone are the hot zones for families right now. Newer construction, larger floor plans, community pools, clean and modern, $600,000 to $1 million. These neighborhoods move fast because families from the Bay Area visit once and just get it. Natoma Station and Blue Ravine are Folsom's value play, mature trees, good school access, lower entry price, more established neighborhood feel, less HOA structure. The key takeaway: the neighborhood you choose in Folsom affects your school zone, your commute, your lifestyle, and your resale value. It is not a detail, it is the decision. And it is exactly what I help relocation clients figure out first. Real quick, the highlights of what's in your backyard. The American River Parkway, 32 miles of paved trail from Folsom Lake to Sacramento along the river. Free, accessible from most neighborhoods, this trail alone changes the way your family lives. Folsom Lake, 12,000 acres, 75 miles of shoreline, 10 minutes from your front door. Swimming, boating, kayaking, paddleboarding, fishing, camping, your year-round outdoor playground. Old Town Folsom, over 100 restaurants, wine bars, boutiques, and live music. Friday night concerts in summer, holiday markets in winter. This is where Folsom's community identity lives. Apple Hill, Wine Country, Lake Tahoe, American River, Whitewater at Coloma, 30 minutes east, Class 3 and 4 Rapids, site of the California Gold Rush, and the Empire Ranch Golf Club right in the city. I have worked in Sacramento-area real estate for 26 years. Folsom's lifestyle offering is not matched by any other suburb in this region. That is not marketing. That is my honest assessment. Now, schools. For families with kids, this section is the one you've been waiting for. Folsom Cordova Unified School District is one of the strongest school districts in the Sacramento region. Full stop. Vista del Lago High School rates a 9 out of 10 on great schools. Folsom High rates an 8. Both middle schools, Folsom Middle and Granite Oaks, rate 8s. And the elementary school options across Folsom consistently score 8 and 9 out of 10. For Bay Area families comparing these numbers to their current schools, you are getting equal or better academic performance at a fraction of the cost. AP courses, strong college placement rates, competitive athletics. Folsom High's football program is a California state powerhouse, and active arts, music, and STEM programs throughout the district. Here is the thing I need you to hear. The school zone you buy into matters. The difference between the Vista del Lago zone and another zone can be $75,000 to $150,000 in home value, and a measurably different school experience for your children. And for every family client, we identify your target zone first, then we search. The school zone is not a detail, it is the starting point. Let's get into the real estate market, the commute reality, and 10 things I tell every single relocation client before they make an offer. Folsom's median home price right now is approximately $780,000. Average days on market runs 45 to 60 days market-wide, but well-priced homes in the top school zones move in 21 to 35 days with multiple offers. Folsom is consistently one of the top-performing real estate markets in the Sacramento region for appreciation and stability. It is not a boom-bust market. It is a fundamentals-driven market. Strong schools, strong employers, strong lifestyle. That combination holds value. Price tiers. Entry. Folsom starts around $550,000. Mid-tier homes, $700,000 to $900,000. Premium homes, $900,000 to $1.2 million. Luxury custom homes and view properties above that. One thing Bay Area buyers need to understand going in: all cash offers are a real factor in this market. Having your financing tight, your documentation ready, and your agent's relationships working for you is not optional. It is the difference between winning and watching the house you loved go to someone else. The commute. Let's talk about it honestly. Folsom to Sacramento downtown is 26 miles. Off-peak, you are there in 28 to 35 minutes. Peak hours, 7 to 9 a.m. and 4 to 6:30 p.m., planned for 40 to 55 minutes. Light rail runs from historic Folsom Station to downtown Sacramento. About 65 to 75 minutes, but zero stress and free parking at the station. Folsom to the Bay Area is 130 to 150 miles. That is 2 to 3.5 hours depending on your route and traffic. That is not a daily commute, but for hybrid workers doing 2 days a week in the office, thousands of families are executing that exact schedule, and they call it the best trade they've ever made. Here's my honest take. If you are commuting to the South Bay 5 days a week and remote or hybrid is not an option, Folsom may not be the right timing for you right now. I would rather tell you that than have you make an $800,000 mistake. But if that changes, you know exactly who to call. For Sacramento-based workers and full remote workers, the commute trade-off is a non-issue. It is one of the clearest wins in the entire relocation picture. Okay, 10 things I tell every Folsom relocation client before they buy. I'm going to move through these fast. They are all important. 1. Buy the school zone first, then the house. I cannot say this enough. 2. Summer heat is real. Budget for AC and seriously consider a pool. Folsom Lake helps. A good AC system is not optional. 3. Highway 50 has a commute window. Before 6:30 a.m. and after 7 p.m., it's smooth. Plan your schedule accordingly. 4. Location within Folsom matters more than people expect. 5. HOA rules vary significantly. Know what you're agreeing to before you sign anything. 6. Folsom's inventory moves fast. If your financing is not in order, you will lose homes you love. Get pre-approved before you fall in love with anything. 7. The Vista del Lago school zone commands a real premium, and it holds it. If schools matter and you can get into that zone, the price premium is worth it. 8. Trail access is not equal across neighborhoods. Some have it from their backyard, others are a 5-minute drive. 9. List your Bay Area home before you fall in love here. The best Folsom homes move in 3 to 5 weeks. 10. Your agent choice is the highest stakes decision in this entire process. Out-of-area buyers who use a generic Sacramento agent regularly overpay, miss better properties, or find out about problems after closing that a local expert would have caught. This is a market that rewards 26 years of relationships and specific local knowledge. Choose your representation carefully. All right, you've made it to the end, which tells me you are serious about this. Let me give you your next steps. Here is how the families who make the best moves approach this. Phase 1 is research. You are doing it right now. You should book a free relocation strategy call with me, and I mean that early. The earlier we talk, the better your process goes. Also, download my free Folsom Relocation Guide. Links in the description below. Phase 2 is preparing. Get pre-approved. Start your home sale timeline. Let me run your personalized equity analysis. I'll tell you exactly what your current home nets and what it buys in Folsom at current prices within 24 hours. Phase 3 is your active search. I set every client up with a live MLS alert, new listings, hit your phone within 15 minutes of going on the market. Then we tour, we find the right home, and we execute an offer strategy that wins without overpaying. Phase 4 is closing and settling in. I stay with my clients through all of it: school enrollment, trusted local services, neighborhood connection. I am your Folsom resource forever, not just through the closing date. If you are serious about Folsom, I want to talk to you, not to sell you anything, to help you make the right decision for your family. My number is 916-532-3514. My email is coach@coach